Come along for the ride of your life.
Be nice,
Okay, the red thing is going.
Red leather,
The
yellow
red
leather.
thing is going. I think that means it's working.
Oh,
Anthony's rolling his eyes at you already.
you're supposed to put your hands in your lap and just go with it.
What's that fapping?
That's the exact face. To all the listeners out there, Shawn is just slack-jawed and he looks like a zombie. Segways aren't important. Hello and welcome to Sweep Up the Multiverse. And this is a very special episode because it is our Halloween episode. All that time to prepare. There we go. Thank you. Way better. I went back to summon some of my childhood trauma, and then I just got really sad. So
That'll be our next Halloween episode.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sure it's scary.
we'll play Redneck Life.
Play Witch Uncle's in my mouth.
Too far. Across the table from me, as always, making super inappropriate jokes, is Sean Cruz. And to his immediate left is his amazing, very talented. Did I say amazing? Yes. Did I say
did.
talented? Yes.
Quit hitting
Did I
on
say
her.
beautiful? No! It's Ann, our special host. She's upgraded, everyone. We finally convinced her. Sean has paid enough attentions downstairs to convince her to join our podcast permanently.
I'm more scared
There it
about
is.
that than probably the Halloween episode.
Yeah, right. Finally, I get to laugh out, and that's when fucking it's about announcing you as a host.
Shit blows.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you as our audience. You're welcome. And this is a very special episode because this is an episode where
Where what? Big guy in a little corner.
Weight problem. I hate when my belly moves shit on the table for me.
it's just my big dick nose. It's because I'm Jewish, honey. Come on. And this is a very special episode. And as you all know, we do have a Patreon, and we do like to do special things for our Patreon because we do appreciate it so much. You guys literally keep us going. And so we reached out to one of our Patreon supporters who was our top Patreon supporter this month. And we reached out to Kain to see if Kain wanted to become a seeker and one of the
God
ultimate
damn it, you fuck.
keeper.
We're keeping that.
Become a
That's
keeper.
right. In our first match of Quidditch. Yeah.
God damn it. Keeper, seeker. I'm an idiot. All right. So Cthulhu
The Call
to
of
me.
Cthulhu crowd just cringed.
Yeah, it's just, ugh, this isn't Harry Potter. Get out of here, fatty.
They always do that.
Fucking gingers, man. They always fuck up everything. They can't even grow potatoes. Let me... the Irish potato famine? Yeah,
Ginger,
I think that
is
was
it
the English's fault, but who knows?
probably. But that's a conspiracy theory that no one's going to touch on in 300 years.
Good thing it's not a historical podcast. Anyway.
Anyways, we asked Kain to come here and be our keeper.
Good job.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Good.
That deserves something extra in the bedroom.
And they
yeah.
accepted.
Be our keeper, and Kain accepted. Graciously, thank you for being here. You are our top Patreon supporter for the month of October, which means we have to do horror.
Yes.
And nothing says horror like the original godfather of horror, like H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu and the Ancient Ones and Ancient Evils and 1920s, that kind of thing. And so, Kain, thank you so much for being here on our podcast. I'm sorry that it took me about 27 minutes to get through that intro. So yeah, thank you for being here. Would you like to kind of take everyone through what Call of Cthulhu 7th edition by Chaosium is?
And holy shit, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing
We
this.
really appreciated it.
Thank you, guys. It is my honor to be your keeper of arcane lore today. So,
Seeker. You're our seeker.
okay, I'm your seeker.
Don't let them pressure
Don't let him
you.
do that.
So Call of Cthulhu. So everyone knows H.P. Lovecraft, Godfather of Horror. He was frankly afraid of everything, including the color purple.
And black.
That's
Really?
my favorite color.
If you guys have ever
Okay.
heard of The Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage, they couldn't quite decide what the color was. It was either purple or blue. And apparently everybody who looked at it went mad. So everybody in H.P. Lovecraft's time is rather mentally unbalanced and everything kind of sets them off. So rather than being worried about your health in this game, because if you're being attacked by an eldritch horror, you're already kind of fucked, you're worried about your sanity. Now, there will be several sanity calls throughout the game, and if you lose enough sanity, you can either go temporarily or permanently insane. And then your character will have to act out different bouts of madness or phobias that they might be given.
Noise.
So you have sanity, and then you also have luck. So if you need to get yourself out of a tight spot, you're going to try and roll your luck, or you can spend luck rolls to push your other stats. You have various different things that you can roll with. You can be proficient in arts and crafts, apparently. So all the characters are
Perfect.
kind of all over the board. And speaking of characters, can we have an introduction from everybody?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I am Gwendolyn Blackwood. I am an author and curious by nature, of course. That's why I write all these books about the occult and different beasts and weirdness around our world here in like the 1890s, like London. Not the 1920s. Let's see. I am on my own personal quest here, where I am trying to clear a relative's name of mine.
Oh, God damn it.
What was that?
Nothing. Go ahead. Continue.
I believe he was falsely accused of a murder he did not commit, and so I am looking at every avenue to try to prove his innocence.
Interesting.
And what is the name of that
So
person?
I want to point out. Yeah, hold on. I think we should just introduce our. I feel like Kain is very sadistic already.
Yeah.
Like what's going on here? Like so. Yes, I am Bartholomew Weatherford. I was hired. I'm a psychologist. I was hired by Blackwood and Klein law officers to prove the innocence of one Arthur Blackwood. His wife Rose was murdered. My job here is to ascertain Arthur's mental state at time of murder. By visiting the murder scene, I hope to build a better picture of Arthur and determine whether or not he's... Sorry, I run out of breath easily. Whether or not he's fit to take the stand and stand trial.
What was your name?
Hey, Bartholomew Weatherford.
Can we just call you Bart?
You may not.
You're Barty from now on.
God damn it.
And what was your name, Miss?
Gwendolyn Blackwood.
That's awesome because I'm trying to make Mr. Blackwood stand trial.
He's
Yes.
like, he's a relative of mine, so I'm like, I'll
This
just
is great.
use his
This is great.
last name.
Oh boy. There's tension already.
Yes. May I introduce myself now, Bartholomew?
One more moment.
Weatherford? Was that your last name? Weatherford?
Indeed.
Yes. Mr. Bartholomew Weatherford and Gwendolyn Blackwood. It is my pleasure. My name is Sebastian Claw, and I am a private detective. We do not go by Private Dick, nor Gumshoe, where I come from, but private investigator, or detective, if you will. I was hired by the law office of Blackwood and Klein to assist in proving the innocence of one of the firm's partners. That's it.
The end.
Period.
Okay, since I don't get emotionally attached to the people I'm trying to kill, I may butcher you guys' names, so don't take offense to it.
It's okay.
It's
And,
okay.
what do you look like, Gwendolyn?
Well, my license may say I'm like 33 years old, but I'm actually look more like a 31. I have probably a bunch of ink smears on me. I carry around a notebook, and I have lots of pockets in my tweed blazer and plaid skirt.
And you're a relative to Rose or to Arthur?
Arthur,
Oh, okay. And how...
by my great grandmother's side. So, if that
and what about you?
What would you like to know?
What do you
penis
look like?
size, obviously. No. What do you look like? How old are you?
I am 41 years old. I am approximately 5'9", 160 pounds, slick back, black hair, Dapper Dan Man pomade in my hair. Never askew. Never. Never out of order. Everything is perfect. I am wearing a slick suit that I probably shouldn't be able to afford, but with this new posting that I have from the law office of Blackwood and Klein, I spent a little bit out of my budget. I hope that's all right with you, Bartholomew Weatherford.
Yes, and Bartholomew is a very heavy-set man. He has pinkish, blotchy, white skin, thick, tucked-in shirt, sweaty, patchy beard. He's bald, but he's trying to fool you with one hell of a comb-over.
You're not fooling me with that gout.
You can tell that he struggles to get out of any sort of vehicle, stairs.
Fucking can relate.
A lot of.
I'm trying to lose
timely
weight.
character, Sean.
Now that I have a hot girlfriend, I'm trying to lose weight.
Yes, but they don't pay him for his physical attributes. They're paying him for his mind.
And what do you do, Mr. Weatherford?
Yeah, I am a psychologist, as I mentioned.
And you, Miss Blackwood?
I'm a very famous author.
Anything I would have read?
Do you read anything about the occults?
No. It is
More of
mostly
a Packers fan myself.
it is DIY.
Church of Starry Wisdom, anything like that? Like you don't know me at all.
I know the Bible and I know DIY. And some travel magazines as well.
I read the Bible just out of like curiosity's sakes. I just thought it was rubbish. So, obviously.
So we're going to get started here, and today is Saturday, March 2nd, 1929.
Oh shit.
Let's do the time warp again for the author.
I'm like
Saturday, which day?
I like looked up the Call of Cthulhu. I'm like, what's the time frame? I'm like, okay, it's the 1890s in London. Got it.
I think that's either pulp or something, but standard is 1920s.
Motherfucker.
What was the actual
I don't
date
want to
again?
live in the 1920s.
March
I don't think
2nd,
there was, like, liquor.
1929.
3, 2, 19, 20. Okay, perfect.
8 months after Arthur Blackwood was arrested for the murder of his wife. As you enter the law office of Joseph Klein, you look upon a breathtaking view of the New York skyline. Klein bids you welcome and gestures for you to take a seat. Sitting on Klein's desk is a large box with a pair of strange wheels and a row of buttons on its face. "Thank you for coming," Klein says as he shakes your hands. "As you are aware, Arthur Blackwood is facing the electric chair. I'm trying to negotiate a lifetime prison sentence, but the outlook is bleak." Klein places a hand on the strange box on his desk. "This is a magnetic voice recorder. I use it to record conversations with defendants, so you can hear their exact statement in their own words. These are brand new, and the company who makes them is one of ours, so we got access to this prototype." Klein presses a button and says, "Arthur has a message for you." As the wheels begin to spin, you hear Arthur's scratchy voice emanate from the box.
"Cousin, please, you must help me. I can't explain it. I never believed the stories, for they were too fantastic to be real. But the Blackwood family line is both blessed and cursed. A genie lives in the cellar of the family cabin. but to control it, you must find my ring. I dropped it, I think, in the cellar. Please find my ring, and prove to the police that the genie exists. Please, I implore you, find my ring, for it is the only thing that could prove my innocence.
Klein opens a middle folder and shows you a photograph of the cellar beneath the Blackwood cabin. It shows dark earthen walls lined with shelves and a white floor of crushed shells and gravel. A large amount of blood is splashed and splattered across the floor. As you can see, there is no such thing as a genie, Klein says. Poor Arthur has been under incredible stress over the last few years. He eventually snapped and butchered his wife. Klein then gives you a key to the cabin and a letter granting you access to the property, should the local authorities want to know why you're there. It's only because I still love and respect Arthur that I am even entertaining his request to have you search the cellar for anything to clear his name. Good luck. I'm going to give you guys the newspaper clipping, whoever would like to read that from the nice and gruesome murder.
I'm sorry. Yes, not the physical job here, is it? I believe we'll let the author read it.
Yes,
The most
because if she
literate of us.
wrote a book, that means she reads better than all of us.
I'll just read the top part.
Yeah.
Where I put the marks.
Quiet.
All right, the title is Grisly Whitehall Murder. Prominent New York attorney Arthur Blackwood was arrested yesterday and charged with the murder of his wife, Rosemary. Mr. Blackwood was discovered wandering the countryside near his family vacation cabin, located in Whitehall, New York. It is reported that Mr. Blackwood was disoriented and covered in blood. On arrival, the local sheriff discovered evidence of a heinous murder.
Heinous.
Penis.
Good choice there, Mr. Bartholomew.
Pause. On arrival, the local sheriff discovered evidence of a heinous murder. Mrs. Blackwood. God, I was thinking of penis.
Well done, dear. You're
The
doing
author has an
fine.
excellent editor.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I get the giggles. All right. Evidence of a heinous murder. Mrs. Blackwood, despite the disappearance of her body, when questioned about his wife's whereabouts, Mr. Blackwood was unable to respond. That doesn't sound like my cousin. I feel like he probably would say a lot, considering he just sent me that message over the gramophone.
If this is 8 months ago, I suppose, the police and authorities, no matter how much those country bumpkins have missed anything, the evidence wouldn't be there anymore. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to, look.
My dear, the whole thing sounds fantastical. Except for the part about the ring. Is there any significance to you of this ring?
I'm thinking back to my days of hanging out at his cabin with our family. I think great-grandmother must have had that ring. It was nothing to really think about. It was just part of the family heirlooms. We didn't know anything else about it. It's just a ring. However, it's just convenient that the ring's in the cellar as well as the genie's in the cellar. Well, let's just we don't trigger the genie until we find that ring, I suppose.
Yes, and for you, Detective, a genie is a fantastical creature that comes from a lamp, and usually if he is summoned, he owes you 3 wishes. Are you familiar with this concept?
Yes.
Very good, very good.
I feel like it's
I know
a
what
rather
a genie is.
old concept, or like a whitewashed concept of a genie. I don't think it's just a lamp or anything. It's just
What do you mean whitewashed?
What do you mean, redneck?
like
Who said redneck? You did. When?
No, you said country bumpkin.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
I feel like it
Sorry, I
could.
said my words.
I'm from
Apologies.
Chicago. Anyone not from the inner city is a
Of
country hick.
City boy. Here we are.
I believe the genie could be
We're in New
stuck
York.
in any.
Are we in New York right now?
Yes, bro.
I missed
Yeah.
that on the get-go. I was like
New
wondering
York
in my head. I was
style.
like, I missed the beginning part of that story because I'm like, where the fuck are we? I'm from Chicago, so maybe it's the same.
It's
But
the-
maybe I'm just wandering around here going, much cleaner pizza, not deep dish like from my hometown, Chicago. I ran out of breath. I didn't mean to make that word weird.
It's the beautiful New York City skyline. I'm kind of concerned for you guys as private investigator at this point. He's missing everything.
He's not
kinda
writing a
is.
thing down.
Well, I was
either.
writing down the wrong things and missing everything else, so I will not write another word.
Space right
No,
now.
we're saying you should. Yes.
What you are.
I'm not your fucking secretary.
Oh, I'm writing everything down because this will be another book.
You are the author.
Detectives carry around little notebooks.
It's like you set yourself up to be the scribe once again
Is
for
that-
this campaign.
Is that whiskey I smell on your breath?
Never, sir. Never.
All right, so we read the. Is that all the article? Is that all the important stuff?
Yeah, it's from here to here.
Okay. Yes, thank you. All right, so I think that Bartholomew is going to kind of wipe his brow, cross his arms, and kind of look at. And I'm sorry, we're talking to Klein right now, right?
He's already given you guys the key. He's already dismissed you.
We're good. All
You're-
right.
What about the ring, Klein? What about the ring?
He's already dismissed us.
Yeah, but what about the ring, Bartholomew? What about
It
the ring?
fell
already asked
in the
about it.
cellar.
Yeah, it's in the cellar.
Oh, I did not know that, Gwendolyn.
Jesus Christ!
I did not know that about the ring, Gwendolyn.
Ah, God damn it. All right. Anyway, so cutscene. We're bringing it back.
Oh, okay. So having set out from Klein's office, you've already looked around the main rooms of Blackwood's cabin and found nothing of interest or relevance to the case. I promise you we cannot find anything. Squirrels.
There's
Okay.
there's no book talking about genies.
Nothing. Nope. Absolutely bland as heck. You found like 3
Is there a
Bibles, though.
portrait with maybe a ring on somebody's finger?
Nope. They didn't even believe in pictures.
Oh, you know what? I think we should move on.
Oh, okay. You are now looking through the trap door into the cellar where the police say Rose's murder took place. While looking into the cellar from the open trap door in the parlor, your view is extremely limited. Light from the parlor spills through the hatch, illuminating a ladder, some shelving, and the white shell and gravel floor. You can make out the shells hold jars, small boxes, and other knickknacks. Everything is covered in a thick layer of dust. You also note that the cellar has no lighting, so you will need to use your own lanterns or flashlights. You all have some form of light there.
I have a flashlight.
A flashlight.
I have a lantern I found here in this cabin.
God, you are old.
So we are in the cellar right now.
Yes, you just went down the trap door. As you guys go down, you notice that the cellar is the same from the photograph shown to you guys by Klein. Now, however, the floor is clean and white with no apparent signs of blood at all. The ceiling is also oddly low down here, only being about 7 feet tall, and there are no other exits from the cellar. You guys can start with a spot hidden roll.
Okay, perfect. I was about to ask if I could spot it. Yeah.
Do we all do that?
Yes.
And what is a spot hidden roll?
So you're trying to look for something that you don't see off the bat. Now, if one of you gets it and the other two don't, that's absolutely fine. You can just tell each other what you see.
So I believe I got a 17.
I got an 80. Oh, wait.
That's bad.
I wanted 55 or lower. So we're rolling percentage rolls. So
Yes.
Yeah. And what are we trying to hit exactly? So on each of our character sheets, we have skills. And for example, mine spot hidden is 35%, and then it's a 17.7. So I rolled a 28. What does that mean?
So you get a standard pass at that point, a regular pass. Some skills I will tell you roll for a hard pass, which is 1/2 your score. And sometimes I'll tell you go for an extreme pass, which is 1/5. There are also penalty die and bonus die depending on what you get. So for this one, we're just requiring a regular pass.
Okay. Well, in spite of that regular pass, I have done the hard pass. And I rolled a 17. And my spot hidden is 15, 27, and 11.
So with that, you see that there are trace amounts of blood spatter on some of the jars and cans on the nearby shelves. The small amount of blood appears to be consistent with the amount, or with the account of the murder and the photographs. If you all recall, the vast majority of blood was spilled on the floor, but there is none on the floor at all. Now, with your pass of that, you also look over and you see an assortment of tools, including a trowel and a shovel, just so you can keep that in mind.
Do the trowel and shovel have any blood on them?
All right.
They
Is
do.
it
They
a
are.
trowel shovel?
A trowel is a hand.
It's a
shovel.
hand little digger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I relay to Mrs. Blackwood that there are some tools over here which have blood on them. The trowel and the shovel.
I look at the investigator here and I say, "Are you aware?" He's panting horribly from the
Detective.
stairs. "Are you aware, detective, of this place being cleaned since the crime?"
Yes, that is painfully obvious. From the
Is it?
floor being cleaned and the shelves being still bloody.
Right. That's peculiar.
Yes, I agree with you.
That they wouldn't clean everything?
They probably missed it then.
I'm sorry, but who would have cleaned it? Who's been here since?
Yeah, usually officers and stuff do not clean crime scenes. They they document it and just leave it for housekeeping.
And yet, the jars and trowel and shovel still have blood on them.
Go ahead and roll a listen.
You're pulling
Sorry.
me.
apologies.
Anyone can roll a listen at this point.
You were looking at him.
I mean, he might have the higher listen, but anybody.
Doubt it.
Ooh. I hear nothing over Bartholomew's heavy panting.
I have 0%.
That's good. Like you
Is
rolled
that
it-
like a
All
crit roll?
3 zeros.
Is that a crit roll in this game? Just
I
Okay.
mean, you just suddenly turned into a bat and nobody noticed.
I could hear hair
Yeah.
growing.
You hear everything.
My breathing's hell aloud now.
So you notice that the gravel and the bits of seashell and everything has that nice crunch to it, but it's also creepily spongy feeling.
Like there's something under it
Yes, how do you clean gravel?
I don't think you
with
do.
blood.
More blood!
You add cat litter. This floor should be louder than what it is. It's almost like something underneath it is diluting the sound a little. Don't you guys hear that?
Everything's
Anything?
muffled by my ears, my dear. Sorry.
Yes.
So I want
His
to.
emphysema is blocking me from hearing anything.
No, young whippersnapper, I see here.
Can I do a little squat? Bend over without my ass showing from my skirt 'cause I'm a lady, and maybe like pick down in the gravel and kind of like
no,
brush them out.
Weatherford's a dirty birdie. He's gonna take a
Um,
peek.
It's so you want to do this barehanded? It's seashells and gravel.
No, my dear, please
My
don't.
dear.
And I motion to you to get her a shovel.
Yes, here. Use this evidence.
A bloody shovel. Okay, yeah. Touching someone's blood, for bloodborne pathogens, as I shovel apparently dirty gravel. Really, yeah, that's fine.
That's actually super clean. That's the creepy part. Okay, so
Yeah, if you did it with your hands, I'd be like, ooh.
Ooh.
as you start digging down into it a bit, you noticed after you get past the seashells and the gravel, there appears to be actual bone. Now, can I get somebody to roll for a first aid, a medicine?
Oh, I got medicine high.
Okay, so roll for whichever would be highest. You can do biology, or a hard no roll would get you.
I got.
Medicine, and what was the other one?
So I've got
Biology?
medicine at 60%, and I've so it's a 30-12, and I rolled a 39. On, I don't have biology.
So wait, you had a medicine at what?
60%.
Okay, you only need to pass a regular for that. If you have none of those stats, you have to pass no at a hard. So you passed it for a
Okay.
regular.
All right.
Okay, so by doing that, you can tell that they are of human origin. Now, recognizing that you just immediately found human remains, you need to roll for sanity.
Okay, because it's bothering us.
You're a dainty office nerd, so yes.
All right. So how do I do that?
Yeah, how does one roll for sanity?
Okay, so you need to roll under your sanity scores. What is everybody's sanity score at this point?
45.
50.
And 60.
Okay, so if you do not make the roll, you will roll 1d3 and lose that score. So tick back your sanity from there. If you pass, you will only lose 1.
And how do you pass or fail? You'll roll to get over or under your
Under.
60, for
Always
example?
under your stats.
Okay. And that's my same percentage die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Percentage die are either your friend or your enemy.
So I got 0, 6. So I guess 6.
You're very well adjusted.
I see that and I'm like,
Bothers me not. Those are human remains, you dum-dums.
But you still roll 1 even if you succeed.
You still lose 1 even if
Yeah.
you succeed.
oh, so I do lose some at 59.
You
now,
roll
for example.
1d3.
Yes.
So you roll 1d6, you guys.
No,
No,
only
no,
if you
so-
lose. Only if you don't pass. You
So it's like a normal skill check, but your number is like the number you're supposed to roll under. And if you don't make that number, then you lose 1d3.
But no matter what, everyone loses a minimum of 1. You'll notice that a lot with sanity rolls, that even if you pass, it's still something that
It's wearing down on you.
it bothered you. You're not used to this.
Oh, bitch. I got 47 and I'm at 45, so like I lose a
Oh
sanity.
man,
That was
no, you
so
have to roll
close.
for that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
1d3, what was the determination for 1d3? Was it
We're doing a d6, and 1 and 2 are 1, 3 and 4 are 2, 5 and 6 are 3.
I lose 2.
If there's a better idea for this, I have no idea.
yeah. And so Weatherford's gonna say,
My dear, those are human bones, for certain.
And then it jostles me because I'm like, well, whose bones are in here? It's my family's home. It could
I
be.
dare say I asked the question of you.
It could be anybody. It could be anybody in my family. It could be somebody. Maybe somebody's murdering more people in here than I even know of. Like maybe it's hereditary.
Yeah.
And I look around a little bit.
Question to the keeper: where is
Seeker.
Arthur now?
It's Keeper. God damn it.
I said keeper. Where is Arthur now? Is Arthur in jail, basically?
Arthur is in jail right
Okay.
now, deciding if he's even mentally competent to stand trial. They want to give him the electric chair.
Yeah.
Remember, that's what you introduced yourself as.
No, I know, but in my description it says I'm actually trying. By visiting the murder scene, you hope to build a better picture of. Okay, yeah, never mind. I misunderstood.
So
We're
you,
on a roll.
so
tonight,
you
guys.
dug about a foot down at this point. You still haven't found the ground, but you have found the bones.
Is it just a layer of bones?
At this point, yes, it is just a layer of bones.
Holy shit!
So, detective, why would the officers not find this if they're going to look around the crime scene? Did they not notice that bones were underneath here as well?
I agree. It was quite simple for us to make this determination.
We've been here for 5 minutes and we found it.
He's wiping profusely.
I do not know. I'm from Chicago, where things are done in a more professional manner than this. I'm not from the
Then-
city.
Then New York?
The city that never apparently does their job.
So,
Or make pizza the right way.
so you guys are all sitting
what you've
around
got.
this hole, but
I
they're
don't know.
just
My mom's from Chicago, but she never talks about it. Because she was born there and she
We're sitting around a hole.
yeah. The 3 of you are sitting around a hole. Just so you are aware, there is 75% of a room left.
Oh, yes. Let us explore some. I want to explore some of the shelves.
Is
a little bit
anything
more.
not dusty? Like maybe someone recently touched it? Like that?
This it still seems relatively unperturbed for the last 8 months. Just so you know, for that one, I'll save the spot
It's
hidden.
clean.
I mean, like, how much dust can there be in 8 months? Says a girl who, like, doesn't dust
A
ever.
lot.
Do we smell anything? We should be
You.
smelling. It should smell foul down here.
You are smelling some mold right now,
Okay.
God, I wish I had a fart on deck.
and you know, so it is quite cold down here. You don't know if that's because it's a
Smelling
wine
that
cellar,
fart.
but you notice it's quite cold even though it's the middle of the day.
It's March though. I mean,
So you want to go over to the shelves, you said?
Yes, I want to explore the shelves a little bit more. Is there one shelf that is against any of the walls, particularly?
They're all against the walls.
They're all against the wall?
Go ahead and roll spot hidden. Anyone's allowed to do this.
So it's like a room, but all the shelves are just against the wall.
Yeah,
and
it's like
big open
it's like a
room.
rectangular room. I mean, it's a cellar. It's for storing crap.
So I got 23, which is again the half is 27.
I again got a
forgetting.
nat 0.
You got a 0.
0. Yeah, there's no.
wow. Again?
Yeah.
Look at you.
What the fuck? Save it for the crazy shit.
You looked.
Kain is very disturbed by this.
Yeah.
Looking like,
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
I see everything.
okay. You find a moldy old box. You reach your hand inside, and suddenly something bites you. Quickly withdrawing your hand, you see a large black spider rapidly scurrying away. Make a luck roll.
Fucking hate spiders so much.
Is that part of your character background?
That is me. All right. A luck roll would be. So here's my luck is at 60 right now. Come on, low. It's a 2.
shit's weighted.
Where did you buy those dice again?
Yeah.
My husband did.
Okay, so you lose 1 HP damage. It's just nicked your flesh.
Oh, it's just a flesh wound.
It's just a spider
Bartholomew,
flesh wound.
reaches over to her. Give me your hand, my dear. Let me take a look. And he looks, examines it, but he's feeling your hand way too much. Oh, you look fine. You appear to.
It doesn't seem to be venomous, so please take my hand away from your mouth.
It's fine.
You might have developed a slight bit of a phobia at this point, though, because, oh my god, a spider just came out, so you realize there's cobwebs everywhere. And you might just start jumping at the shadows if you think there's another spider. But now that you've gotten that spider out of the way, you get into the box, and there's a painting.
Welcome, gang.
There's a painting depicting a stern-looking man in Puritan clothing. An ostentatious black jeweled ring on one of his fingers immediately catches your eye. On the back of the painting is written, Wizard Milton Blackwood. The portrait's eyes seem unnervingly to watch the viewer as if the man in the painting were looking into the viewer's soul. Roll for sanity.
All of us.
Anyone who's looking at the painting, y'all want to look at what's in the box?
Nat 0.
I got 66.
I'm looking at the box.
And so I lose some sanity.
You
19.
If you lose, it's 1d2, so flip a coin. If it's heads, you lose 1. If it's tails, you lose 2.
All right, the one's heads.
Do I have to flip?
Did you
No,
lose?
You just lose 1.
No.
No, you lose 0 on that one. It's just a painting. So.
Oh, okay. I
So
go back up to 49.
If it's heads,
It's 1.
I lose 1.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. May I have another?
Okay.
Yep.
As I'm looking at this, as Bartholomew's looking at it, he says, my dear Gwendolyn, when we were looking or listening to the recording, Arthur mentioned a curse. Now there's a painting of a wizard. Is any of this making sense yet?
Well, it is because a curse is a form of magic, and a wizard performs magic. They're connected.
Would by chance this wizard have been a seeker?
Seeker of what?
Are you aware of any such curse?
As a cousin, I'm not sure. I didn't grow up in this cabin or with
Fair enough.
Can I explore some of the
Milton
other
the
shelves?
wizard.
There is still papers at the bottom of the box.
There is.
We
May
haven't fully
may
explored
I-
the box. What's in
may
the
I,
box?
Not-
look at the papers in the box.
Go ahead and roll for English.
Perfect. I have it.
I hope he gets a fucking paper cut.
Damn.
I'm the only one's losing my mind over here.
I got a 3, which I have that skill, so I needed a 12 or lower to be the extreme one.
And your guys' dice is not loaded.
No.
Is this confirmed? Are we
Yeah.
going to have to, everybody
Well,
go dice
I
to the left here?
Feel like Kain, it's gonna flip on us here real soon.
I
Yeah.
fucking
At the
hope
worst
so.
time.
I have
They
to
are so mad at us.
There's supposed to be a Simpsons Halloween where we all die, but we're just passing everything.
If you listen
Did
to
you
Blades
guys
in the
not-
Dark, we always suck on dice.
Yeah, because you didn't know what a fucking critical was.
Look at my hand. I have a spider bite.
It's okay. I prepared for this.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead. I'm going to give you this, and you can read this, Mr. Detective Man.
All right.
I hold my lantern up to help you see.
Lights the corner on fire.
Says,
This is
oh my god. Lo there do I see my father. Lo there do I see my mother. No, that's from 13th Warrior. Sorry. Lo, the bond is set. The accords sealed in blood, wealth and good fortune shall forever flow through the Blackwood bloodline. The price is Christian blood that has been defiled through Sabbath rites.
Sabbath? No.
Sabbath.
Sabbath.
The old one, Sabbath. So you notice another paper at the bottom that's slightly older?
I need the other piece of paper.
Well, you actually, this one's older, so you have to roll another language.
Okay.
A roll, because old in English.
I got 96. I can't read this one.
I have 70 language, and I'm sure Gwendolyn is.
I have 2%.
The fuck?
Damn.
I either roll 96 or I roll like super low too.
Okay, well, OP author over here is getting this.
The author.
Okay.
Fucking Anne Rice.
Penis, penis.
Unto the very ground I have bound the demon to the Blackwood bloodline. As long as a true Blackwood kin wears the ring, the creature will remain entrapped, and its gift of good fortune will remain untainted. Let this ring never leave your finger. Let it pass from heir to heir on the deathbed. Never let the creature out, for its hate is unbounded, and it desires to see the extinction of the Blackwood name. I'm in.
The extinction, you say?
Yeah, that's
May I
me.
see the letter?
You couldn't
Good
read
luck.
it.
Can I ask? Does it look like? Does it look like at all that Arthur would have rummaged through this, or has this stuff been untouched for a long time?
This stuff has been untouched for a long time.
Okay.
So he already knew about the curse.
He may have known about it, but he didn't see these.
Yes.
Looks like.
And with you guys reading this out loud, you start to notice the temperature dropping dramatically. You start shivering.
So,
Not
And-
me. I'm still sweating.
And you could swear that you hear almost whispers coming, but you can't quite tell where they're from. So they're just starting to come from around you. And you're like, wow, what the hell?
so let's examine the facts here, right?
Okay, detective.
We have a place where a murder happened, quote unquote. We have a clean floor where someone's body was exhumed or extenuated. Extenuated? Is that where
Exsanguinated.
exsanguinated, but a clean floor. There's still blood splatterings all over the place. And now we have 2 letters. 2. Count them, Mr. Bartholomew. Weatherford. There we go. And on the very second letter it says, "Unto the very ground I have bound a demon." We are standing upon things we do not fully understand.
Well, it sounds like we were standing on top of the demon.
Let us be reasonable here. Let us remember reality. Spirits and demons are not real. There was a murder here, Fuffle. And and
It's just that little bit of spit in the back of your throat you're trying to clear out.
mind you, boy, the bones here, obviously murders of real matter, have occurred here for some time, Ms. Blackwood.
Can everyone make a luck roll?
This is something I'm actually good at.
71.
Go ahead and be happy. I got a 96.
Ooh, okay. So a book comes flying off the shelf and just smacks you right in the head for 1 damage.
Ow!
I say,
My hand. My
And
head.
you see the book flop open. Oh, yeah, if you can go ahead and go for a library use roll.
Is it the Necronomicon?
As I make my monologue about reality and reason, a book comes flying off the shelf.
So I rolled like my extreme luck I don't know if that factors in anything. Like, there's the middle one, and then there's the one that's divided by 5. I rolled that one.
It missed you.
Okay, perfect. See that, Anne? I'm lucky.
I got an 8%.
Okay, so an old hand-bound scrapbook is found. Thumbing through the scrapbook, you find a collection of newspaper articles with the following headlines. Fire devastates the valley, 1799. Influenza count rises, 1837. Metairie floodwaters, 1858. Washington County drought, 1881. And lastly, local man struck by lightning, 1901. As you investigate, you realize that each one features a tragic accident involving a member of the Blackwood family who, against all odds, miraculously survived or endured the event. The article about the man struck by lightning is about a young Arthur Blackwood and describes how he survived a direct lightning strike while digging up an old tree stump.
Is she reading this aloud to us?
Yes.
Yes,
Were
I
you
did.
aware of this lightning strike to Arthur? This could speak to his mental state.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty legendary in the family, but he seems totally fine. He never changed afterwards. He just
What about
had a
physically?
scar.
Physically, did he suffer?
I mean, he was down in bed and rested for a couple days, and there was, of course, an exit wound of the lightning. So, I mean, he had like a small scar that disappeared over time. That was, about over 20 years ago.
Bartholomew is like making a ton of notes in his notebook about this incident, probably thinking this is the smoking gun for Arthur.
Either way, afterwards, he seemed totally normal. He could carry on conversations. He has a job. It didn't ever alter his mental state at all.
How much time has Arthur spent here in this building?
It's a cabin, so I believe we just spend holidays here.
The whole family?
Madam Gwendolyn, might I ask, how did you get that book to come off the shelf?
Well, I was reading this note, talking to you, and then it hit me. I don't know how it hit me. I just know what hit me.
I continue to wipe sweat off my brow, and then I look at the private detective here and I say,
Let's investigate that shelf.
Yeah, I mean, like, how does a book just come flying off the shelf if there's no supernatural or possibly demons here? So I'm guessing the demon wants us to keep looking at this.
Sure.
Or maybe an old spirit that's been trapped here as well.
No such thing. The wild ravings of your cousin
Yes.
are not bound to reality. There is an explanation for all of this.
Is it the wind in a cellar? Is that what pushed the book off?
These old shelves, who knows?
As you guys are debating this book, you hear from the corner that whispering that you guys have been listening to, and almost a strange sucking noise from the ground, as if and you can see the gravel almost vibrates a bit in this spot.
In a certain spot.
In a certain spot in the corner, yes.
I kind of want to, while investigating the spot where it's sucking most, I kind of want to get my feet off of the ground. And I'm going to stand on a shelf in a particular way where I'm kind of like leaning over a bit, but I'm also like on the bottom shelf, or the second bottom shelf, and like kind of standing on the shelf itself.
Like if you're at the grocery store, you're trying to reach the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, this is an older
So if I put my foot on it, it's just going to kind of cave through. And
well, you can roll for dex because you don't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll roll the for dex. I have an 80 for dex, so, which is good because I rolled a 67.
Okay. So you managed to get up on this, but you can definitely tell that this is not going to hold more than you. Definitely not Barty.
Okay. Bartholomew, don't try to get up here.
I am trying to get up there with you.
No,
Hold on, boy.
Stay down,
Hold my arm.
fat man.
Is there possibly like maybe like a board that's like not held by a bunch of jars and stuff that I could possibly like just like take off and maybe like just
I mean, it's
stand
only
on?
the one spot in the corner that's doing
Oh, just
anything.
the corner.
It's not a graboid or whatever. You don't have to run away from it.
So can I look spot hidden? Is this appropriate?
I mean, you see that it's just gravel. You're definitely welcome to give it a dig.
All right, so I place my lantern on the ground nearby that's not, and I grab the shovel, and I definitely am showing off some butt crack as I lean down to
Do you
fidget
see-
with the ground. I'm poking at it, not digging, but just kind of poking to see what it does to the shovel.
The dirt seems to almost quiet with a sigh, and you don't notice anything else since you've started poking at it. This is a fresh bit. You haven't gone anywhere down in this one yet.
During the time looking down on the gravel, have we noticed any type of ring on the ground?
Go ahead and roll for luck.
Do we all have to do that, or just her?
Whoever would like to can.
I'm still on the shelf, so
You're not looking for a ring then.
It's
okay.
a 26.
Okay.
Not too bad. But not.
So as you're sitting there staring at this, you see this glint near the this corner, and you walk over to it, just on the edge of where the gravel was moving, and you find a black jeweled ring.
Fuck yeah.
I snatch at it.
Okay, you can pick it up.
Wait, don't snatch. You know, from Snatch.
All of a sudden, from out of the shadows, it's mine! You stole it!
As you pick up this ring, though,
Dun, dun, dun.
the whispering starts again, and the gravel in this spot starts vibrating again more violently than it was before.
I put it on this finger, and I flip off the keeper.
Well, here you go.
Can I try to like climb
Do
on
not
to...
read this.
Yeah, they
Oh,
pass.
this is one of those things.
The keeper has passed me a note where I will not read it out loud. So, don't mind me if we go silent for a second.
Can I try to climb on
handed a
top of the
quaffle.
shelf itself? Like, are the shelves attached to the top, or
Yeah, they go all the way
But
floor to
remember,
ceiling.
it's only 7 foot. Like
Yeah, like if you're on the
I thought
bottom
maybe
level.
it was like a 6-foot shelf, and so there's still a foot of room where I could squeeze up there.
a little bunk bed for you.
Yeah, set myself up
You
for
coward.
like an immediate death when the floor rises
When
up 1 foot.
as all this is going down, Bartholomew goes back for the stairs.
ladder.
It's a ladder. Oh, because
Yeah.
it's a trapdoor. Yeah, he's looking nervous now, like this doesn't make sense to him. And so he's going towards the ladder in case he needs to make a fat guy quick escape.
Yeah.
Well, the trapdoor slams shut, and you lose all outside light.
Oh, shit.
Where's your lantern?
In my hand.
I'm gonna pull
And it's
out my
quivering.
my flashlight. Not to be confused with the flashlight. Which
Yes, he
hasn't
pulls
been
that out
invented yet.
first, discovers his...
Good quality flashlight, and shine it on the room. Right, I quickly find the woman Gwendolyn Blackwood, who may or may not, or whom? Is it whom? Whomst? May or may not be involved with her cousin's murder plan. Find her, and then I find the fat man, Bartholomew Weatherford. Fucking.
He's kerfuffling over by the ladder, and he looks a little more frightened that the door just shut and everything went dark.
He's like trying to jump up for like the little hitch on the thing to drop the trap door, and every time he does, the gravel vibrates even more.
So at this point, the gravel started pulling itself away from this corner.
Oh, the corner where the ring was found.
Yes, it starts pulling itself away
I don't
and
like
just
that.
digging down deeper and deeper until it seems to stop and have reached the bottom. You can't quite see what's in that corner now.
So, as in a hole has formed, or it's churning?
Like a hole has formed.
A hole has formed, okay.
And that's centered on.
Sebastian, I say, check it out. Check it out.
Why are you trying to hand me? I have one hand on this fucking shelf, and the other hand is on a flashlight. Don't hand me a
You're
lantern.
the man of the law. I'm here to observe.
All right,
I am a
it's
private detective.
It's my cabin. Hand me the shovel. I will dig through it.
Barty just kind of kicks the shovel to her. Go, there you are. You found your ring. Hold on a second.
Wait, the hole is centered on the person wearing the ring, or where the ring
No, it's in the
was?
corner where the ring was. So
Okay.
Gwendolyn is standing next to this hole, but it's still got just that little bit of cover left over it, so you can't quite see what's down below. So if you just need to take a little layer off there.
Gwendolyn, dear, and he holds the lantern towards her. Do you suppose that is the ring?
Oh, it definitely matches the picture of handsome wizard Milton, my uncle. Yes, it does.
Well, not that I'm believing any of this.
Is this?
But might you put that ring on for safekeeping?
I did, so that way if the genie comes, hopefully, or the
There's
demon.
no genie.
Exactly. But, for safety keeping, so we don't lose it again in the gravel if there's sinking pits or earthquakes. That's good. Question, is the shovel a two-handed weapon or like a spade that's like for little
It is
flowers?
both a weapon and a tool. So most of the things you'll find in here are both weapons and tools.
Did anything happen when Gwendolyn put the ring on?
It
You haven't
appears
noticed
nothing.
anything.
Okay.
So is it like a two-handed one or is it like a
There-
little spade?
Well,
There
the
is both
trowel
a trowel,
is,
and you also notice that there is a shovel on the same shelf that you found it, so you can use either. You guys have access to both.
Okay.
I'm gonna, because you already have a weapon, right?
I have a
So
yeah. I have a 38.
Bartholomew's gonna go grab the trowel and let you have the
Saved my
two-handed
life.
shovel.
No,
few
he's
times.
still on the bookshelf.
Yes.
Bartholomew, me.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna go grab the trowel, which is like a knife, essentially, a dull knife, and you can have the two-handed shovel.
All right. So I pick it up. I look like I want to go ahead and maybe dig into this hole a little bit more, but instead I turn upon the unsuspected prone detective and I raise it up. And
Why the fuck am I? I'm not prone.
You're got one hand.
on a shelf, and you have one hand on your flashlight. You're defenseless.
I'm not prone.
And I go
Just
ahead
go with it.
and I try
Simpsons.
to strike him down.
While our players are getting their shots, let me tell you about our Patreon. We love making content for you, and we would love to keep doing this forever. If you become a Patreon supporter, you'll receive extra bonus content and tons of other goodies. Just search for Oops, We Broke the Multiverse podcast on Patreon to become a member. Thank you for your support. Now let's rejoin our heroes as they break another multiverse.
Okay, so now we are going to. You can either attempt to dodge, fight back, maneuver, WTF.
I'm like,
You have no idea.
those.
So I'm going. Since you're completely caught off guard, I'm going to give you a penalty die for this one.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's so.
You fucked.
So you're gonna roll an extra one, and whichever your lower score is.
25 and 17.
Stop rolling so low.
I know, dude.
I mean, if we were playing Dungeons
So
and Dragons,
25.
we'd all
Fuck
be
'em harder.
screwed.
Fuck 'em
Okay, what's
harder.
your dex?
My dex is 80.
Okay, so you're kind of startled by this, but I mean, it's an author, not a MMA fighter. You can see the nice wide swing of the shovel, and you duck out of the way. And while you're doing this, the hole opens up, and tendrils start coming out of it, and you can see a red glow coming from this corner as everything starts shaking on the shelves and starting to fall down. I wouldn't suggest holding out the shelf at this point.
Can I jump down?
Sorry.
Absolutely.
For the
I'm going to draw my 38.
for the listener, what is a tendril? And also for me,
A tentacle?
asking for a friend.
Like a tentacle, like
Ah,
a like
okay.
a tendril
ever-
of smoke.
Holy shit!
Have
Like
you
our
ever
logo.
watched tentacle porn? That's a tendril.
No.
I have not, but I'm aware of it.
You
For
have
the
to-
listeners,
you really have to be in
Anne
the
is
mood.
winking.
You really have to be in the mood. Y'all ever go to Chinatown DVD store? That's where the shit's at.
You guys ever seen that van rolling around town? With
You know the one.
yeah,
You know the one.
there's actually a van
There ain't
that
no
rolls
ice
around
creams.
Salem
Anyway.
with anime porn on it.
All right.
Salem's an interesting place.
Okay. Bartholomew. Shit just got real for him, whereas he's not used to seeing violence and the such in like, except for in his books and reports. But he
and
is
the buffet line.
he is obviously queuing into Gwendolyn acting in a manner where he's already pretty much damned Arthur. Now he's thinking she's along the same lines.
Strike her down! Strike her down, Sebastian! Restrain her!
What do you mean? I'm not going to shoot this woman.
Restrain her!
How?
Overpower her!
I have a flashlight and a gun. How would you suggest I do that? Why don't you do it? Come sit on her, fatty.
You can go ahead and roll for luck.
Just let me know when I could regrade
32,
and
which
strike
is
again.
way under my luck, which is actually half my luck.
Okay, so as you start looking around like, oh my god, what the heck? This woman just went crazy. You see a bloody fucking rope on the shelf. And now you have a rope, but somebody's getting ready to pull back on that again, right?
Oh yeah. If also, I'm just thinking extra. I'm like, can I shovel some gravel and maybe
you fighting dirty.
maybe just shovel it in his fucking face, so maybe get him a little
I don't have to roll disadvantage.
a shell in his eye.
No, you're looking at her now, so you can see it. So go ahead and roll for a dodge on this one. And while this is going on, the tendrils are coming out, and they a voice starts coming out, telling you that
While I'm bound by one Blackwood, the other one will die.
and it starts looking at the Mr. Barty.
It looks at. Can I tell it's looking at me?
Well, the tendrils start moving towards
19.
you.
Oh shit!
My dodge. Less than half my dodge.
Okay, so Bartholomew's gonna try to climb the ladder.
What ladder?
He's on the ladder to the trapdoor.
She said the trapdoor went up.
Yeah.
The trapdoor closed above, but he's still
Oh.
trying to get off the ground, get away from the tentacles.
Oh, gotcha.
The tentacle porn. He's watched it. He knows what they plan to do to his supple body.
Supple.
He holds out the shovel like,
Now, back off, you demon fuck!
She has the shovel. You have the trowel.
I have the trowel. Well, it's a fucking shovel now, isn't it?
So as he says that, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep swinging the shovel. I'm like, I thought demons were real.
Poppycock and poltergeist!
All right, I'm going to try to rope her.
Non-believer. Did you roll for the dexterity when I?
Yeah, I rolled 19.
You fucking dickhead.
Yeah, you can't hit me.
so do something back.
I'm gonna rope her. I'm gonna use the fucking rope.
Rope
How
her
are you gonna
then!
get close to me when I'm swinging a shovel around?
Go ahead and roll for brawl.
Yeah, get her, John Wayne.
I'll let you go up that ladder. You do notice as you shakily hold your lantern that it kind of keeps the tendrils a bit at bay. They don't want to go towards the light.
Okay.
81. You're lucky.
Okay, so you somehow completely miss her with that with those ropes, and she goes for. I mean, she still has the shovel.
Why is she not rolling for brawl?
I mean,
She's an author.
Yeah.
she's one brandishing the weapon. You have a rope.
Well,
So as he comes at me with this stupid rope, and he misses, so he gets a little bit far ahead.
I have a rope in one hand and a gun in the other. So
When'd you pull
No,
the gun?
when did you get off the shelf?
I jumped down from the shelf. I pulled out my gun, and then she threw me you
you
said
were
there
trying
was
to
a
rope
rope,
her
so I put
and
away
a gun.
my flashlight. So I grabbed the rope.
Okay, well, if you pulled your gun out, it usually actually adds to your dex
Oh,
by 50 points.
Oh wow.
Well, that's too much. He's already at 80.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at that.
Okay, so meanwhile, Bartholomew makes the connection that the tentacles kind of move back, and he looks at his lantern, he looks at the tentacles, and he kind of starts to flick it at them a little bit to test his theory.
Well, and they move back, and go ahead and roll for intelligence or psychoanalysis, whatever's highest.
Psychoanalysis, 65%. I rolled a 53.
really?
Yeah.
You're a psychologist,
Yes.
and you have a worse psychology than I do.
No, psychoanalysis.
Oh, never mind. Psychology, I have a 70.
So, I mean, you're starting to think about this, and you're noticing how obviously she put the ring on, and she turned homicidal. what would happen if the ring comes off?
Don't touch my fucking ring.
Okay. So I continue to kind of keep the tentacles at bay. And, okay, paint the picture for us. Where is she in relation to the tentacles?
So she is actually right next to the tentacles, and the tentacles will not touch her.
Sweet. And in relation to Sebastian here, he is...
Right in front of her.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has literally like tripped on the gravel, gone right past her with the rope. He still has the rope in one hand and a
Right.
gun
I
in
don't
the
know.
other.
But he
Rope
doesn't
left,
have
right
any
gun.
flashlight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you seeing right now?
I'm not seeing.
he's-
That's why I keep missing
That's why
her.
he missed. Okay, he dropped the flashlight. There
So,
we go.
all right. So I'm coming. Bartholomew is summoning all the courage in his 310-pound body, and he is shimmying very awkwardly towards Sebastian. And as I do, my light is hitting the tentacles. You're being able to see, I imagine, a little better. And I reach out to you to toss me one end of the rope. I kind of motion to you with it.
All right, so I
can't even I'm so fucking scared and sweaty. I kind of, the only words I can utter out are,
beef. All right, so I give him my end of the rope.
and I'm going to take it, and now I'm going to walk and like expand, as in we're going to flank her. With
Okay.
the rope, so that at any point we could kind of wrap around her.
And then force her in the tentacles, right?
As my character is noticing that he has no flashlight, so why aren't the tentacles going after him?
He has finally gotten close enough to them, but they really want to go after the psychologist. But at this point, they will take anyone. And as the objects on the shelves start vibrating, roll for dodge.
Me? Okay.
Oh, they're vibrating. Can I sit on it? No, I'm just kidding. That was
38, which is my dodge -2.
Okay, so you just see literally a box of tools just fly by your head. Shit is getting real, is starting to come off. Anything can hit you at this point.
Especially me.
Except
easy
for
target.
anyone. All right, so I want to start. I see the tentacles now. I'm fully aware of the situation. And I'm going to start shooting at the tentacles.
Go ahead and
How many? I mean, we don't have to get this granular, but what kind of gun? It's a 38 special.
Yeah. 38 auto pistol.
It's weird because there's like no turn order, so I'm like, I want to.
It goes in dex order, so he has the highest dex, so he kind of gets to do what he wants first.
So
That makes sense.
I was supposed to roll under a 60 or under, and I rolled a 43. So it's 1d10 plus 1d4.
Yep.
These. One of these. Fuck. 3 damage.
Okay, so the tentacles scream at you and then reach out for you. And I will allow you to try and combat this move as well, since you got the upper hand on the gun. So we're going to try for a maneuver. So looking at my cheat sheet for maneuvering here. You can either fight back, but all you'll do is get out of the maneuver. So I'm going to roll for... What is my stats? So you're entering combat now. This may pull you away from the rope.
Thug.
We're gonna roll for okay, so let me roll my magical die here. Go ahead and roll your brawl.
$45, which is my brawl exactly.
Okay, well, I got a hard pass.
Okay.
So one of the tentacles manages to wrap around your leg and rip you towards it. And because I'm magic, I can go again.
I cackle. I'm like, yes. You're not Blackwood. You don't belong here.
What?
So we got the answer to how do we defeat this.
Okay, so we're going to roll again. And we're going to try for another maneuver. So what did you get?
37.
Out of, what was it?
45.
37 out of 45. You got We both got a regular pass on this one. So the tentacle just narrowly misses wrapping around your throat.
Okay, perfect.
Holy shit. I see it wiggling around for his throat, and I get closer with the lantern to try to ward it off.
Okay, go ahead and
How's my sanity at this point?
Why did you ask that?
I don't know.
Don't poke the bear.
I'm already about to die.
goodness, thank you. You've made me forget. Now that this thing is grabbed onto you,
Yeah.
and you just feel this cold, icy,
Dum-dum.
ethereal grab on your leg, you must now roll for sanity because the hell itself had grabbed you.
12.
The dice are with us.
Yeah.
So you lose 1 sanity, but you are amazingly adjusted to this. I don't know where you privately detected
He's probably.
that.
Chicago.
Bartholomew
darling.
probably is
Chicago.
starting to think he's a bit of a psychopath too.
Okay, so you're currently being held. You have the lantern in one hand and the rope in the other, but you have nobody on the other side.
Right. So what I've decided to do, seeing this situation, is I'm going to take Sebastian's advice, and I'm going to just bum rush this Gwendolyn and try to use my weight and girth against her to get her on the ground and pry the ring off.
Okay, so we're gonna go for a maneuver. What's your build?
Fat for him.
He is very stout, 310 pounds. He's
Size.
about.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
size.
say,
Sorry.
it's literally called build. You don't have a build stat.
Size.
It's called.
My build is 0.
Your build 0. Okay.
Hold on. 0. Oh, my build is 02.
02?
Really? My build is 1.
No, just 0.
Okay, so
Which I felt like was like that in appearance.
okay, so you're both at 0. So just go ahead and roll for
Are you sure? Let me see your stat sheet. You can't read.
So he's a okay, so go ahead and roll for brawl. And you can counter roll for brawl. Because he's trying to rope you, right?
1d3. Is that it? Oh, no, that's damage. I got a 79.
Oof. It's
This
fighting.
one right here under combat.
Oh,
Fighting.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I got an 84.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Dude, the one roll
Yeah.
we needed her to fuck up on.
Wonderful. So you, I mean, you're panting at this point. You barely managed
yeah.
to just, but you still managed to truck her.
I go straight water boy. Just fucking plow her, and she's under me, and I think one of her hands are probably sticking out with the ring on it. And I try to pull it off.
Go ahead and roll for dex.
Say, get off,
With an
fatty.
with an advantage because she is bound at this point.
17.
Okay, so you managed to just rip this ring right off her finger. So with the ring off your finger, what then happens to Gwendolyn?
I lose 3 sanity, which is not as I'm still sane, playing sane. So now I'm down to 39. Milton, the wizard, he was inside me, and I
Say, madam.
and get your fat ass off me, but also thank you. We need to get out of here.
A little
So-
help here.
A little help. Do you expect me to just whip up and get it? Hold on.
Have you never had sashimi, fat boy? Eat this fucking thing.
So with
Uncalled for.
with the ring coming off, you see the spectral shape come out, and you see Gwendolyn return to sanity, and the spectral shape matches the photograph that you saw, and it looks at you and says,
Mark my words. The creature demands blood to be bound. The Blackwoods will be cursed if they do not pay the toll.
and then it just dissipates. And you can tell, you can just feel the ring almost lighten in your hand a little bit. and it is no more. But the monster is now
The ring disappears?
no.
Oh.
It just that overbearing
Gotcha.
aura is gone. But now the monster is acting well beyond angry, and nobody is safe. And you are currently bound by your leg.
Can someone tell this fucking creature that I am not Christian? I'm actually Hebrew.
Fire your gun at it, sir.
As I try to get myself up
Yeah,
and
I'm
help Gwendolyn
Duh!
up.
Okay, go ahead and roll for dex.
Did you say something, or dex, or for my gun?
For your gun, go ahead and roll your gun against my dex.
Did you say something about getting like a little bonus for my gun since this is my treasured possession?
I think it just means you get to roll, like you get to shoot first before anything.
Oh, okay, perfect. 22. It's 2 and a 2.
That's fucking amazing because I just rolled a 22. So, what is your dex total with that?
My dex total, well, my dex is an 80.
Okay, your dex is an 80. Okay, so you get a hard pass on that one.
Okay.
So you beat me on that. My dex is only 35. So with that, how much damage do you do?
I do, and it's almost impossible for me to get less than 12. In fact, I get 8.
Okay, you get 8 damage. Okay, come here. Take a little note here.
Can I try shining my flashlight at the thing that's grappling his leg at all?
Well, as you notice, after you shoot it, that it lets go of your one leg,
Oh.
and you are able to move back from it.
I'm gonna scamper the fuck away.
How many tentacles are there?
You're currently at 6.
Okay.
Sure.
I didn't like how that sounded.
Well, at the currently part.
Yeah.
I grab
Like Morse coming.
I grab Gwendolyn and I'm shaking her. I'm like,
Calm down, madam. Calm down.
and I slap her. I'm like,
Why would your cousin tell us to find this ring only to possess you?
I think, one, don't slap me
he
again.
slaps her again.
Calm down, woman. You're hysterical. I'm a psychologist.
He wouldn't have done this unless he thought this was the correct way to go and to prove his innocence. I don't think he meant for this to happen.
Well, as you're slapping her and turning your pack on the tentacles,
Fuck.
go ahead and roll with a disadvantage because you completely looked away from the monster.
I'm feeling
Dummy.
like we should point out that she said if we're in combat, we're already fucked. So
Well, you weren't yet grabbed by the monster. You're now in combat. Remember, you do have a ring. You have the ring. But go ahead and roll, because
Yes.
that may not do you any good.
The ring! Throw it into the fire!
Cast it. Isildur.
14.
Okay. So, fat old Barty manages to just feel the whip of the tendril go right past his head.
Yeah.
And is like, oh shit. But the monster attacks again and quickly.
I'm not so quick.
Yeah,
So go ahead and roll again. It's very targeted.
76.
That's okay. I just rolled a 90. You're fine.
Oh, sweet. So I'm gonna take the ring and my lantern. I'm gonna let go of Gwendolyn and just kind of push them both out in front of me as if to fight it off.
It does nothing.
Shit.
All right. Do we notice maybe because a bunch of tools came out? Is there a mallet or an axe or anything that might have fallen out that we can essentially destroy the ring in some way?
I mean, absolutely. There is a wrench. There is a.
You want
you
to
have the shovel.
destroy the ring now?
Well, the ring is
Well, I
kind of
tried-
how the wizard does his deeds, right? And then you're supposed to pass it on heir to heir, and all these tragedies that happened every time. It's almost like that was when the ring was being passed on.
oh,
So if
yeah.
we it's like The Ring, the VHS horror flick. We have to pass it on to someone
VHS,
else or
which is a
destroy it
horror
somehow.
flick.
Yes. I open my lantern and I hold the ring like I'm going to cast it into the flame.
at the tentacles like, fuck around and find out.
You're pulling at me right now.
You hear a voice come out and almost a shape start to form in like a smoky just essence come out from the tendrils. And it laughs at you.
Yeah.
I'll do it. God damn it.
Fat boy, move out of my way and stop trying to destroy the one thing protecting us. And I'm going to shoot at the tentacles.
Okay.
26.
Okay, I got a 62. What damage you get on this?
8 again.
Okay, well, it's going to turn around and it's going to go for the one with the ring. The only real threat in the room right now. Gun be damned. So, it literally starts screaming, "A Blackwood will not bind me again, silly mortal."
Did he just say a Blackwood?
Yes.
And then I look at Bartholomew. I'm like, but he's not a Blackwood, is he?
Dear, you are. Don't put this on, but open your hand.
No, I think he's talking about you.
What?
I think he's talking about you.
He thinks you're
And
a
you
Blackwood.
vaguely start to remember
When Melton was in my
When-
brain.
when Milton was deep inside you.
Deep.
Balls.
Knuckles. Oh, okay, balls.
So I
Milton the wizard, when he was inside me, I do believe that's why I didn't want to attack you, because your ancestors are also Blackwood. Cousin.
do recall great-grandmama mentioning the Blackwood family for some reason.
As you're making this asthmatic epiphany, though, you're still the only threat. So go ahead and roll for dex.
85. Can I use luck to change that?
It's combat. No, you can't. But that's okay.
Wait, that's the
Fact.
only roll you can't
Fact.
change with luck?
Combat, luck, and sanity. You cannot push these rolls. That's okay, though, because this monster is very bad and very famished from blood. So it
Well, he's all tentacles and no eyeballs. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So
And he's in a room with Blackford's and a Jew, so he's not getting any blood he wants.
so
I
he
wasn't going to assume you were Jewish, but shalom.
rolls a 69.
Hey-oh.
But he gets to go one more time.
One more game.
So roll.
Here we go. 96.
Ooh.
Neither of us made that one. I got a 73. So in the bout of cackles from this genie, it's just absolutely missing every tentacle throw. It's the worst
So I
tentacle I've ever
I
seen.
grab it.
No, you don't. You fall over on your fat stomach and, like, roll out of the way.
I make that canon now. That is, in fact, what you do.
Okay. I straight up, hook style fat kid. I grab my legs and I start rolling away like an armadillo. Bangarang! With the ring in hand, of course.
Okay, so, I mean, would you like to go next, Mr. Private Detective Man?
Man, I don't even know what to do anymore. Like, should I just keep shooting at this fucking thing?
I mean, you're welcome to shove the ring on a Blackwood.
Oh.
This was mentioned, right?
But she put it on the ring.
And the spirit left.
The spirit, but
And the ring became lighter.
but the monster did not.
Yeah, but no one's put it back on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know it's become lighter, and
I
neither
do.
has the detective, but fucking Bartholomew over there, dumb over there, is just
Mr.
rolling around.
Armadillo does know this.
So I'm gonna head over to Fat Boy. I'm gonna like kind of roll his pre-diabetic ass over.
I want out. I want out of here.
And I'm just gonna like force the ring on his finger.
It's really hard to get it on them sausages.
God.
Okay, you make it like a digit.
And I'm really sweaty and hot, so they're like 3 times their normal size.
I'm what?
Okay, so you get it down like a digit on the finger, but
One knuckle, or do you count this as the first knuckle? I'm pointing towards the one where your finger actually bends.
You didn't even get it past one of my pig knuckles.
Yeah. The pig knuckle or the actual human knuckle?
Anyway, it's on. It's on.
Okay, now you feel it, and you can feel the power from it, but it's not quite there. It has been drained. It needs the blood of an innocent, aka a Christian, or apparently a Jew.
I would feel this.
Yes, you feel the ancestral knowledge come through this ring, past air to air, and normally it would just have to be worn, but because it's been so long, it's not enough juice to get the go.
So while you're cramming that finger on me, I have this blank look on my face, and you're sitting there like working this thing because it is a laborious effort. I straight up just bite.
Wait, can I?
Your arm
Okay.
really hard.
Okay. And you see, I mean, the private detective just screams and says, "You fucking fat man." But
This is no time to eat.
Yeah. What are you doing, pig vomit? You look like a pig and you make me want to vomit. What are you doing?
But since you're so accustomed to, chewing, you manage to get down and get some blood out, and you drips on the ring, and the monster becomes utterly violent. But you know what you can do. You can order it back to its sigil. You have this ability now. You are a true Blackwood. You have all the knowledge to put it back.
I take my fat guy strength and I kind of shove you aside and I try to stand up and brush myself off and I look at the ring like it's fucking, I'm gonna summon Captain Planet. And as if I all of a sudden know, like I'm talking to an old family dog. Down! But in translation. Down back to whence you came! Hold on. Catching my breath.
Until you're whole again.
Leave us be! Get out!
Okay, as Captain Planet over here banishes this monster back, it does suck back in. And as it goes in, screaming profanities at you. But it goes in and you can feel the room warm up a bit. But the sigil continues to sit there and glow. Just dully.
I suggest now you order the trap door to be open so we can fucking leave.
Have you tried pushing on it?
I'm like, I don't know if I actually...
Poor thing, well, you got up the ladder and then you just had the lantern out.
It's
even try it.
closed. Guys, it's closed.
Well, now with no presents, you could try
It's
again.
a pull and I tried to push.
You fucked it up for the rest of us. We didn't have to go through all of this at all.
I follow you fools. I make my fat ass way up the stairs, the ladder.
All right, so wait. You believe, so now you believe, right?
I don't know what I've just witnessed.
So Arthur must have put this on, and then he must have killed Rose in an accident or something like that. But how do we prove his innocence with the genie and all that crap that just happened?
I believe that Rose was the innocent.
Well, as you're debating this, you look over at the still glowing sigil and you notice that having unearthed a skull. Can you make a medical roll?
30.
Beautiful. Okay, so you see this skull, and it's obviously female. It's roughly 8 months old. It still has desiccated flesh on it, and it looks like an animal attacked it. No human could have possibly done this.
You fucking heard that too,
I
right?
fucking heard that. For the listeners, there's just this weird whoosh behind Anthony and I. Just whoosh.
Yeah, it was outside the window almost or something.
But a car's right there, and there's no way.
Too.
No, that's freaky. Okay, wow.
We're on the second story. by the
Protect
way.
your buttholes, guys.
Holy cow, Halloween.
Yeah. In September.
It's really windy.
I just dated us.
Hey guys, It's probably nothing, right?
Yeah.
I go to examine it, and I notice, I take note of these things, and I'm like, these. I'm no medical doctor, mind you, accomplished psychoanalyst, but this does not appear to be of human source.
Yes. Just
Might we take this with us?
grab
as
it and
evidence
let's get
for
the
Arthur?
fuck out of here.
Do I?
As
Am
a
I compelled
detective,
at all
you're
to do
quite
anything
cowardly.
else with this ring on the sigil?
I'm a private dick.
No, but you know instinctively from everything you've just witnessed that if you take this off your sausage roll, it's going to hunt you down. So, barring any other action, you are now stuck with this as long as you may live. And if you have kids, you'd best give it to them too.
Right to the air. Yeah. Let's get grab the skull. Let's make our way out.
Goosebumps. Hairs are standing on end. Ooh.
Okay,
You know what's weird? Did you guys see the light though?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I saw it just
There
like.
was a light
Yeah.
that went that way.
Okay, so everybody
Like in the
decides.
room?
Yes, I saw it out of the corner of my eye when I was in character at the time, and it went that way towards the window.
Well, I'm looking at you. I heard something and I looked and I saw nothing. And I was like,
Look, okay, hold on. We should state the obvious. This is our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
All right, and obviously it'd be very easy for us to be like, oh, let's make it spooky and add this weird thing that's off the story.
yeah, but I don't believe
that
in
actually
that shit.
happened.
Yeah, I
That
don't
actually
believe
happened.
this shit. Like, we could make a playback of this and, like, right after this episode's
Ooh.
over
And see
and we
if we
can
hear
listen to
something.
it ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
But anyways, let's
All
go
right.
back to
But you
that.
have to-
Let's finish this first.
But you have to slow it down and then also play it in reverse.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
No, I don't want to do it anymore.
Paul is dead. We get it.
Okay.
All right, so I pick up the skull.
Okay, so are you guys making to yeet with everything that you
Yep.
have?
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably fall in the rear, but yes.
Yavo.
Okay, it's okay. You're sweaty enough to like lube yourself up through the trapdoor. So you guys get out and all very well shook, but somehow miraculously survived this.
Insane.
A little bit. I don't know. You were already believing in this, so. But I mean, the psychologist is going to really have to reevaluate their beliefs
Probably
here.
retire.
So
I'm not so bad off, sanity wise.
you're from Chicago, so.
Yeah.
So you guys go ahead and take all this back to Klein, and you're like, this is what we fucking have. There's a genie. He's right. And Klein just sputters at you. What? But you have the skull that at best shows animal attack.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, the local authorities say a bear must have been hibernating down there, and he did not in fact kill Rose. Poor Arthur is been in and out of the mental asylum. He's not the same man anymore. He's utterly nuts at this point.
Get lobotomized.
Yes. He's been lobotomized. Right after the testimony that he gave.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't stop raving. So that's what they did back then. Ice pick and all.
I feel like
They also did that to.
I feel like Bartholomew would probably deny everything down there, but promote the animal attack
yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
to not lose his job.
So Arthur's been let out, but he's still, just this side of a vegetable. So, I mean, yay, he has his life.
With
It's a very
lobotomy,
one
maybe
flew
back
over
in
the cuckoo's
20s,
nest
but,
ending.
Like from the 60s on, like if you got lobotomized, you just had hypersexuality and you're a little bit slower, and that was it.
No, this is back when they would make sure to pour acid in there
Oh,
to
yeah.
make sure.
It's 1920s, not 60s.
Yeah.
So with Bartholomew, not quite believing, I create this big story book about what actually happened, and now there's a huge conspiracy following with Arthur and stuff too.
And
The stinger on that is you can be like, in your end of the book, you can be like, and if you don't believe me, ask Bartholomew if he still wears the ring.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
And you do.
Oh, and he does, and he wets himself every night through nightmares of what he witnessed.
Every year I send him a plant that has like a bunch of creeping vines.
Fuck you.
And I send him do-it-yourself lose weight books. He probably needs to read those. I care about your...
He probably is so stressed out. He's probably losing weight just naturally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he's stress eating.
but still losing weight somehow.
He wants to make sure that ring
So-
stays on and his body just consumes it.
So when you do die, like, do you pass that on? Like, or like,
No, I'm supposed to pass it on to an heir, so I guess I better lose some weight so I can fuck somebody and try to make
I mean,
an
I feel
heir.
like you could probably do like with another family member. It's just heir to heir, doesn't say from your.
Oh, that's true.
So
From
tech-
Blackwood to Blackwood.
Technically,
Yeah.
So, but like, do you do that? Do you just like,
So-
like,
You're not a true Blackwood, then.
I am a Blackwood.
They're both black.
Well, yeah, but she wasn't the one, I guess.
Well, I did it while Milton was still engaged in the ring, and then I thought Milton was still in the ring, so I was like, I'm not going to put that thing back on me, and then
You were traumatized. Bad. No, you're both true Blackwoods. You didn't know, family.
I didn't even know.
Yep. Nope. You're a distantly related cousin.
that was the little note. She's like, you want to kill a non-Blackwood? Turns out so-and-so is a little
So-
Blackwood.
I'm going to collect my finder's fee and expenses from Blackwood and Kain and head back to the Windy City when nothing ever goes wrong.
I'm getting the fuck
Getting
out.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
A year later, you're shot on the job.
Yeah. Of being a
He
private
got
dick.
sloppy.
Yeah.
He always thought he'd have to carry a rope now, just in case. All right. Well, I think that
This
that
is a
about
fun
wraps us
game.
up.
Yeah,
That
this
was a
is
fun
awesome.
game.
And
Yeah.
for is this a surprise to you that we survived?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
This is a game
We
where you're
rolled
not
really
supposed to live.
fucking well.
We all suspected to die. We're
yeah.
all ready for it.
Yep.
We I was ready for it. I was like,
Same.
oh,
I
I'm
was.
fucking dead. He's got my leg. I'm going to hell.
It would have been so much better if you'd fumbled the spider roll. It was poison and convulsions. I was really hoping for that.
then
Oh,
what would
I'm
have
so
happened,
sorry
right?
to
A penalty die for everything. So miss like golden dice over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except when I
Holy
wanted to
shit.
actually like hit the detective with my fucking shovel and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, I mean, it still would have been that, but
We rolled like bosses tonight.
yeah.
Well, we rolled super low, so if we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, it'd be terrible.
True
so
that.
this
oh
is
yeah.
great
We
for
would've-
here.
Oh, that's what we're good at, I
yeah.
guess.
I guess we're dog shit, but good at some games.
Yeah, we found our game.
Yeah. We found a niche right here.
Well, Kain, thank you again. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you so much. This was such a blast. I wish Anthony could have been here to do this with us, but fuck him.
Love you, Anthony.
Love you, Anthony.
I hope you feel better.
Oh, I forgot to record all this.
Oh.
For real. That's scary.
I'm down to play this game, like, and I love. Kain gave us like a bunch of handouts, like for letters, and it looks like all cursive and
yeah.
then news clippings.
Oh, yeah.
So
This
it looks.
legit.
You did so much. You went
Legit.
above and beyond for this, and we thank you so much. Honestly, like just being our Patreon supporter is enough, but you went to such
No, it's
detail that it's like she flipped her off. Yeah, or Kain flipped her off.
They did.
But yeah, thank you again for doing this for us. This is exciting. Our first ever Halloween episode.
Yeah.
I had a blast. This is a fun game. It was generally spooky. Or not generally. This is generally spooky.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah.
Generally spooking.
It was quite heinous.
This is like watching Herbie Halloween on Netflix. No, this was genuinely spooky. Genuinely spooky. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I was hoping it would be. Thank you for joining us here on Weatherford.
Thank you guys so much. It was an absolute blast. A joy for me, truly.
Yeah. All right.
It's a fun way to meet somebody, right? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
you try meeting you
You
guys.
try and get them
Just
to
met
kill
Kain
each
tonight
other. It's
earlier.
great.
Ann and I did. Yeah.
Hi, thanks
And does
for-
tattoos, so I mean she can hurt you right back.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
But thank you. I'll sign us off now. Thank you for listening to Oops, We Broke the Multiverse. I'm Anthony O'Neall. With me, as always, is Sean Cruz. Our keeper for this evening was Kain. And, of course, where would we be without our special host, Anne-Marie Cruz.
And happy Halloween,
special.
everybody.
Happy Halloween!